Zekvir's Lair has been nerfed, as have many things. Honestly, Blizzard's been dropping the nerf hammer on a lot of content out there. It's been raids, it's been Mythic Plus, Delves, all kinds of stuff, and now Zekvir is getting his turn. If you don't know who this guy is, he's like an endgame Delve, the highest tier of Delve. He's got 2 different difficulties, some achievements and stuff. He's very much just kind of like almost like a Mage Tower boss, but here he is. He's been a little bit nerfed. So Zekvir's damage and health have been reduced on both difficulties. He's got a single question mark and a double question mark difficulty, if you're wondering. Horrendous Roar is now 2.5 second cast time, was 2.4 and 2.25. Web Terror's hatch time increase. This is a big one. The hatch time was something that a lot of tanks couldn't deal with, which is, obviously we can't do as much DPS as a lot of DPS can, so that egg would hatch, leading to our death. So that one was kind of tough. Web Terror, Web Blast cast time has been increased. Web Terrors now spawn randomly in the room, rather than based on Zekvir's current position. Damn, we're kicking off a hype train that early? Oh, shit, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Burning with the knock-in coming in. Web Terrors now spawn randomly, as I was saying. Spittle regeneration and Carapace's recast time now change while solo to better match each specialization's interrupt cooldowns, which is great for just being able to actually do some mechanics. And then fix an issue where Web Terrors would not despawn when the encounter ended. So a couple nice quality of life changes on the Zekvir fight, including the biggest one, honestly, the hatch time being increased. That really allows a lot of people who were kind of lacking on DPS to actually be able to get this done. Moving on to some nerfs to classes. Yeah, Preservation Evokers, the special one today. So your Consuming Flame has been nerfed in 2 different ways. Consuming Flame no longer gains double benefit from versatility. They also fixed an issue where Consuming Flame was gaining more benefit than intended from Attune to the Dream. So a couple little nerfs there. Honestly, Drakthir, in general, Evokers, I should say, are in a great spot. I've seen them doing a lot of good numbers. I'm not sure how their healing is. I think it's still pretty good. But a couple little nerfs there to your Consuming Flame, so I guess you got to deal with that. Derelict, thank you for the follow. Welcome to our Scourge. No more Dragonflight drums, guys. Yeah, the cost-effective way of getting drums has now been removed from the game. If you didn't know, you maybe missed out on some good cost-effectiveness, but people were still able to use the old drums from Dragonflight and obviously purchase them at a reduced cost compared to the current drums and basically get the same effect out of them. Well, Blizzard's hotfixed it, so you can no longer go ahead and do this little cost-saving measure. You now have to buy the Thunderous drums, which are the ones that were meant to be for this expansion. Your Feral Hide drums, you can toss those away, unless you're below level 70. The hotfix basically makes it that if you are above level 70, you will no longer gain the benefit of the Feral Hide drums. So there you go. Obviously, this was going to happen. There's no way they were going to allow this to continue to go on where people are buying the last expansion's drums. Phase 3 of Mythic Queen Ansurek. That's right. It's happened. The Waste World First has continued on here, and we are now in Phase 3 of Mythic Queen Ansurek. Team Liquid is the first one to get there. There are a few little changes here and there, some different ad spawn times, but seeing them get there is pretty cool. They pushed her all the way to Phase 3. Eventually, they would get wiped because it looks like they messed up a portal mechanic at some point here towards the end. You'll see basically the entirety of the raid die during the portal mechanic. It's obviously different than what you would see in your typical heroic run. Because of the way the debuff falls off or something, there's a difference in the way Mythic works with that. But you'll see once they enter the portal here, they'll get wiped. Another run, they also pushed her to Phase 3 again later on. You'll see that at some point, a summoning of a ton of ads happens. Yeah, see right here, half the raid wiped when they went in that portal. The second way they ended up dying was basically like I said, a bunch of ads spawning at the same time. Here, most of them are dead from the Queen. And then you'll see, look at that, 4 ads spawn in the center, plus the ads that run towards the boss and explode if they get to her. This is an ad.
Give me the meat.
Yeah.
And give it to me raw.
They're getting the meat from Queen Ansurek, that's for sure. Because this fight gets super hard. They actually only pushed her to Phase 3 once, but they got to see 2 parts to it and a bunch of ways to die. So there you go. It continues on. Liquid is currently in first place. They're the only ones who pushed her to Phase 3 so far, followed by Echo and then Method. One of the Chinese guilds, Huang Heroes, has also finally gotten to Queen Ansurek. They are the only ones also progressing on her. Everyone else is currently stuck at 5 of 8. So, fun to watch. We'll keep updating these. Yeah, Max's face at the end was freaking hilarious. when he saw the amount of ads that spawned, yeah, that's a priceless moment. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's the face of a defeated man. But honestly, they're doing really good, and they're probably going to win it. They've been pushing pretty hard and been ahead in the race for quite a while now. So fun to watch. I'll keep reporting on it as progress is made in that. The October trading post is coming up, boys. We are here the final days of September, and Blizzard has released the October trading post, and man, it is a good one. Blizzard's been cooking on the trading post. You guys remember towards the end of Dragonflight, I kept saying, I was like, I don't know what's going on with the trading post. This thing ain't even good anymore. Well, this next one and the previous one with the Gator Boy mount at the end was really good. We're getting another really good one. I'll show you guys the end game one that we're going to get soon. But first of all, just some of the items that you're going to get or be able to buy with your Trader's Tender. We got the Hand of Rashigal. I've been wanting one of these hand mounts for quite a while. One of the good things to come out of Shadowlands, maybe one of the few. But it did come out of Shadowlands, and this is a really cool mount. The hand mounts are awesome. I think this is going to cost you 750 Trader's Tender. That's what these things usually do. Yeah, 750. You can also get the Swift Zevra, which is the zebra mount. A lot of people have always liked this one. It's kind of a classic, Andy. You know, I want to get myself a zebra mount. I don't know when this one came out. Was it actually Wrath when this thing came out? Fury of the Sunwell patch. Yeah, so there you go. That is really an old mount, but you can go ahead and get that one too. A nice little classic boy mount. That one's only going to run you 550 Trader's Tender. Few other items, obviously, in the theme of Halloween and everything else. We got a Harvest Golem Transmog, a freaking beautiful Transmog, to be completely honest with you. This is badass. The Harvest Golems of Westfall have killed many. Now you yourself can RP as one. You can also get the nice looking Harvest Golem Fist weapons as well. Very cool. Some cool little simple armor, very blacked out or white. You know, again, going with the Halloween theme and everything else. We got some light weapons and some dark weapons in terms of variation here. Really cool looking bow, honestly, if you want to go with the whole void looking stuff. And the Dark Ranger look that everyone's going with lately. Yeah, the Halloween best holiday. Honestly, in game, it is one of my favorites for sure. This is probably one of the best ones, along with the Christmas event that they do every year. So that's for the trading post there. Again, freaking beautiful mount. I mean, this is a great one. This isn't even the end. You would think this is the end mount. No, this is just one that you could purchase with your Trader's Tendies. You can also get the Suit Stained Shale Wing. This is a pet, not a mount. When I first saw it, I assumed it was a mount. No, this is actually a pet that you can get. The Harvester, look and everything. The Dark Bow, as I was saying, this is really, really cool. Some nice items. But what do you get when you finally fill out the entirety of the October trading post? Well, boys, there it is. You get yourself a beautiful Depthstalker jellyfish mount, and you guys know how I feel about the jellyfish animations with the new dynamic flight and everything, because I have the Hive Mind mount. My god, they are so good. I think the best dynamic flight animations in the game right now come from the octopus mounts, which is like the jellyfish mounts essentially. Freaking beautiful. This is a great looking mount. Comes from the Shadowlands. There's a whole story behind it about how it was poached by a poacher and his ship crashed, and now it shows up in our land. This is a freaking glorious end mount. I think it's amazing. Meh, I already have the one, the Shadowlands one that looks like that. Well, this is the white variant, right? It's supposed to be more ghostly, which kind of fits the Halloween theme. But I think it's a cool one. Always getting a mount at the end of these has been nice to me. We got the Gator Boy mount last time. We're getting this one. I think it's a really cool reward. I personally am excited to get it. Again, some of the other stuff that we're getting on this trading post is also good. The hand mount, obviously, is a really good one. So, overall, I would say the October trading post is a nice W. Really, really cool. And hopefully they continue to push forward. So far in the War Within, we've had some good trading posts. Hopefully they continue to do so. So far, to me, October, man, that's a W trading post. Really, really like it.